There's something strange happening behind the scenes of European football. And believe me, this could have a direct impact on Newcastle United over the next few weeks. This isn't just another random rumor or one more baseless speculation. It's the kind of quiet, discreet movement that happens far from the spotlight but slowly starts gaining strength and catching the attention of those who closely follow the transfer market. And surprisingly, there's a very familiar name that's once again being mentioned in the corridors of St. James' Park. If you're one of those fans who never wants to miss out on anything about Newcastle United, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. It's really important to help us keep bringing you the hottest updates, the most secret backstage news and, of course, everything that could affect the future of our beloved club. So hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell and join us as we follow every detail of this story, which is only just beginning and promises plenty of twists. Now, back to what really matters. The summer transfer window hasn't even officially opened yet, but the behind-the-scenes action is already on fire. Secret meetings, phone calls completely off the media radar, and negotiations no one expected are starting to shake up giant clubs like PSG, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, and yes, Newcastle. And here's the curious part. The name at the center of this whole situation belongs to a player who, until a few days ago, had no intention of leaving his current club. For those who keep a close eye on the market, you may have noticed that Paris Saint-Germain is facing a bit of a surplus problem. Yes, PSG's squad is packed with stars, but that also means some talents are left with limited opportunities, and this is exactly where the whole story begins. One of the standout players in the French team has started attracting serious interests from Europe's top clubs, precisely because he isn't getting the spotlight his talent truly deserves. And here comes the big reveal. All this movement is directly linked to Bradley Barcola, a 22-year-old forward who, despite being a valuable part of PSG's project, has been struggling to secure regular minutes due to intense competition. What once seemed unlikely has gained real momentum. Clubs like Liverpool and Bayern Munich have shown strong interest in the player. Liverpool even considered Barcola one of their top priorities for this window. This information was reported by Josu Cass from Foot Mercato and also echoed by The Sun. But hold on, Newcastle fans, because the story doesn't stop there. In fact, this is exactly where our club enters this transfer drama. With PSG standing firm and making it clear they won't let go of Barcola, Liverpool, who were already looking at alternatives, have now turned their attention elsewhere. And guess who's on their radar? That's right, Anthony Gordon, our number 10, the creative engine of this squad, and one of the most valuable players in our team. According to The Sun, the Reds are preparing a shocking bid, reportedly worth around £100 million. And let me tell you, this isn't some wild rumor pulled out of nowhere. It's being discussed not only by the British press but also by international outlets. Florian Plettenberg from Sky Sport Germany also confirmed that Bayern Munich are monitoring the market and have Barcola as a priority target. But if the Frenchman stays at PSG, the German club has a clear plan B, Nico Williams from Athletic Club, and the list doesn't stop there. Names like Kaoru Mitoma and Rafael Leao are also being closely monitored. That's exactly why Liverpool are starting to move quickly. Without Barcola considered untouchable in PSG's plans, Gordon has become Jurgen Klopp's most desired target. And let's be honest, it's no surprise, is it? After all, Anthony Gordon had an incredible season for Newcastle, playing a crucial role not only in attack but also in creating plays and even helping out defensively. He's the kind of player who would fit perfectly into any Premier League side. And if you're enjoying being kept up to date with this red-hot information, now's the perfect time to support the channel. Hit that subscribe button, mate. It really helps our work to keep growing and ensures you don't miss any updates, any rumors, or any behind-the-scenes news about Newcastle United. And believe me, what's coming could seriously impact the club's plans for this transfer window. Now let's be serious. This potential move from Liverpool for Gordon isn't just your average market interest. If it happens, it could cause a huge domino effect, not just at Newcastle, but across the Premier League. After all, we're talking about a bid around £100 million, an amount that would place Anthony Gordon among the most expensive transfers in the history of English football. But what about Newcastle? How does the club view this situation? Well, the answer, according to what we've gathered, is pretty straightforward. Newcastle have absolutely no intention of letting go of Anthony Gordon. On the contrary, the club's board sees him as a key figure in the project to take the club to the next level. This has been confirmed by sources close to the club, as well as outlets like The Sun and Sky Sports, who state that any negotiation for Gordon would have to be, at the very least, irresistible. In fact, insiders at Newcastle guarantee that Eddie Howe has made it crystal clear. Gordon is untouchable. The manager understands that if the club wants to keep competing at the top of the table and securing European football, it simply cannot afford to lose its top players, especially someone who not only delivers on the pitch but also perfectly embodies Newcastle's new mentality. A club that thinks big, acts big, and aims to become a true Premier League powerhouse. But as with everything in football, you can never completely rule anything out. Let's be honest, when an offer of £100 million lands on the table, any club, no matter how big, has to stop, take a deep breath and at least think about it. And that's exactly what could be brewing behind the scenes at Newcastle in the coming weeks. There's no formal offer yet, but the signs that one might be on the way are getting stronger and stronger. And if that offer does arrive, the Newcastle board will face one of the toughest decisions in recent years: sell Gordon and use that money to invest heavily in other areas of the squad, or reject it, hold on to him, and send a message to Europe that Newcastle are no longer a selling club but a club determined to fight toe-to-toe with the continent's giants. It's definitely a decision that will shake not only the club's boardroom but also the heart of every single Magpies fan. By the way, drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you sell Gordon for £100 million, or do you think he's worth even more, considering what he represents for Newcastle both on and off the pitch? Your opinion is really important, and we want to know what the fan base thinks about this potential deal. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep following every twist in this transfer saga, which, by the looks of it, is far from over. For those who love stats, here's an interesting one. Since joining Newcastle, Anthony Gordon has been directly involved in 25 goals, combining goals and assists. He is, by far, one of the most productive players in the squad and, without a doubt, one of the fans' favorites. On top of that, his versatility allows him to play both on the wings and more centrally, making him an incredibly valuable asset for any manager. And while Liverpool are working behind the scenes to prepare this potential bid, Newcastle aren't sitting still either. According to Foot Mercato and journalist Florian Plettenberg, the club is already scouting potential replacements, should the deal actually move forward. And trust me, there are some very interesting names on the table. Young players with pace, aggression, and a killer instinct, exactly the kind of profile Eddie Howe loves. But for now, the absolute top priority for Newcastle's board is clear: keeping Gordon. And it's not just about football, it's about identity. Newcastle understand that if they truly want to cement themselves as one of the powerhouses of English football, they need not only to recruit smartly but also to hold on to their key talents. And Anthony Gordon, without a shadow of a doubt, represents that like very few others. If you want to stay on top of everything happening behind the scenes at Newcastle, don't waste any time. Subscribe to the channel now. Here you'll get every update, always with reliable sources like The Sun, Foot Mercato, Sky Sports, and of course, direct from the corridors of St. James Park. So hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell, and come with us to follow every single step of what's shaping up to be an absolutely crazy transfer window.